As predicted, yes, 270 was the score I predicted Pakistan would get, and for once
we got our predictions horribly wrong yesterday. It was only fair that we made amends. Siddharth, my colleague, took one for the team yesterday. Even I did, in fact. I'd stand guilty as well.
Yeah.
But Siddharth has stood up for the team, for Sports Today team, and he's made up.
Bang!
All the predictions that we got wrong yesterday, Siddharth has hit the nail on its head today. 270 is what he predicted. In case you don't believe me, do watch the pre-match show that we did. 270 is exactly.
Prediction, one will come right now.
For me, it's about 500. I made again 500 predictions. I got one right in 2 years.
But what made you predict 270?
Pakistan's batting, yet again, I felt that this was...
Don't say it in hindsight.
No.
What did you think at that time?
Pakistan's batting, their approach.
Okay.
Typified particularly by Babar Azam's knock. I knew that they will grind their way, attritionally play 90s like cricket, and they'll get what is on a very good deck. They'll get to 270, 280. That is the reason why. Otherwise, look, the best strike rate is 119 by Shadab Khan, 43 of 36. Look at the top order. Only one got to 114 and he didn't go on to make a big score. So, not having a good strike rate consistently, getting a start but not converting it into a big score made me aware that on this flat deck, Pakistan would end up with a 270 score.
Now the question, it's only halfway stage. Is it a match-winning score?
No.
I think they're under par. Good 40 runs perhaps.
But don't forget, this is Chennai, the same ground where India
199 all out Australia. But again, I've seen little over here that can really help Pakistan bowlers here, which is why I feel I in fact think the batters were guilty of some rather careless shots, took their time, again didn't convert. If South Africa bats smartly, I think Pakistan needed roughly about 47 overs to get to 270. South Africa, given the firepower, I see them chasing this down in 40-41 overs, in fact, given the form that they're in.
Look, that Chennai wicket which we are talking about, India-Australia, that was a rank turner. You got lot of degrees of turn. And let us not be fooled by Tabraiz Shamsi's 4 wickets, please. Pakistan and playing left-arm spin, I'm sorry. It just doesn't go well with them. And look at the shot selection that each and every individual played. Babar Azam, you got to 50, play conventional, don't go for a paddle sweep. Babar Azam, when does he rarely paddle sweep?
No, that's done. Is it a match-winning total?
No, absolutely not. One, as I said, if you give them rank turners, Pakistan spinners can't spin the ball. One.
Okay.
That is the
But this is
reason.
not a rank turner.
This isn't. So Pakistan struggle even more.
No, but then this could bring their fast bowlers into play. Under lights, some juice. You saw what Australia did to India under lights.
They only
bad
have,
half hour. After that, India were outstanding.
They have only
South Africa is not India, and let's not forget, South Africa are chasing for the first time.
Yeah, they lost to.
They are chasing for the very first time in this World Cup.
Second, Netherlands, they failed.
But they failed.
They failed. Yeah.
Correct. So once they've chased, they failed. All wins have come batting first. So I don't know how you guys are so sure about South Africa.
There is only one good bowler.
I see South Africa winning. This is what I said at the start of the match. But I'm actually rooting for a Pakistan win.
Why?
I want the table to get interesting.
There is only one good bowler in the Pakistan team, Shaheen. That's it.
Yeah.
Play out his initial spell because you don't have Hassan Ali today. You have Mohammad Wasim Jr.
But Shaheen again today will have to be at his very best in terms of variations because he's not going to get a lot of support from the deck. Today under lights, that's where his variations need to come into play. He has a decent slower one, we know that, but you don't usually use the slower one right at the start. Middle overs, death overs is where that slower ball comes.
He can get Quinton de Kock early because de Kock does struggle against left arm pace. He does. Over the past 1.5 years, he has struggled against left arm pace. He managed to negotiate Stark somehow. But otherwise, if you look at it, he does struggle against left arm pace.
Also, if that's the case, if assuming because he struggled against left arm pace and Quinton is out early, the man's already got 300s, one of the major reasons why they're doing so well. I know that Markram had a couple of good innings, and Klaasen's had a few good innings. But overall, it's been Quinton de Kock, right?
Yes.
So if what Siddharth says is true, that he struggles against left-arm fast bowlers, knowing that they'll be bit with the new ball under lights in Chennai for the fast bowlers. Later on, of course, it'll get tough for Sri Lankan Pakistani spinners under lights, because dew will also start setting in. But that said, their spinners, no dew would have hardly made much of a difference. So you're relying on your fast bowlers only. If that's the case, I don't know. If Pakistan were to have that half hour like Australia had, I'm not too sure about South Africa's batting, chasing. We've seen how they collapse under pressure. And that's one thing that I pointed out earlier. As good as a team South Africa is, and they definitely seem like a top 4 team to me, most likely will make it. All I'm saying is that this is not a guaranteed win for them. If you ask me at this stage, I'll go 60-40 South Africa.
Yep.
60-40 South Africa, which is substantial amount to South Africa. But there is, or maybe even 55-45, I don't know, somewhere around. But all I'm saying is that there is a chance for Pakistan, even now at the halfway stage. It's not doom and gloom is what I'm saying. They would have wanted 300, sure, but at 270 mid innings, they will tell themselves that, listen, we've got runs on the board. It's not that bad a total like, 190, 210, where we're completely out. 270. If you really bowl well, you get a few early breakthroughs, you set the cat amongst the pigeons, you never know what happened.
Somehow, I don't know, this Pakistan bowling lineup, the only bonus that they can get is if Haris Rauf chips in the middle overs. Then and only then I think they can make a contest out of this.
And by the way, the other one they will miss is Hassan Ali.
Yes.
He could have got 2 wickets in the middle, but he's not fit, right? That's his injury.
Illness.
Fever.
Yeah. I was very surprised. At least, we keep ourselves abreast with what's happening. I heard in commentary, when they were discussing that why, they had no idea that he has fever. The discussion was in commentary, I heard. I don't want to name the commentators. Yeah, saying that, I don't know, for whatever reason they've dropped Hassan, they can only say, but, and I was like, God should know he's got fever. It's not that, it's a selection they've made by, bringing in Wasim Jr. just for the heck of it and dropping Hassan.
Even in the toss he had mentioned, Hassan's not well.
But see, again, some commentators are like us also, not always watching the game, doing masti here and there, walking around. So
no, why? At you, Harshit?
I don't know.
Harshit, we will watch him walking rapidly from one area to the other, and I'm like, is it tense? Then somebody tells me he does his walks on the phone, talking, doing his evening walk in the office.
Now is actually the good time for evening walks and morning walks and all.
I'm loving Delhi weather these days.
After 3-4 days, it's anyway going to go to hell. The weather.
I like it.
Yeah.
Don't you like winters?
The air.
Air, yes. But I like the weather.
I love winters in Delhi too. I love it. But unfortunately,
It's
the air.
3 weeks that you can enjoy, after which I definitely will be complaining about the weather.
Just as I criticized the commentary, because you were talking about weather, there was also a good moment in commentary which was about the weather, which was great fun or hilarious, was Ravi Shastri saying, countries can change, technology can change, man can go on the moon. One thing that will never change is Chennai weather. So it's either hotter or hottest. It will be humid no matter what time of the year. Whenever you come, it just doesn't change.
It will still be okay at this point of the year.
No.
Closer to the...
Maybe December, slightly okay. But even that...
awfully bad, but maybe Shaz has a point.
Shaz has been around the country.
Exactly.
He knows it.
Chennai weather, this is the last game you're playing in Chepauk in this World Cup. You're not playing
That
any
wasn't
further.
happy, particularly Nikhil, when he came in today. He was a little morose about the fact that it's the last game in Chennai. He had a wry smile on his face.
But Eden hasn't even got the first game.
So I think 31st is the first game. Between
5 matches now that are going to be played.
Pakistan
Eden
versus
Gardens.
Bangladesh. That's the first game that they're going to play. And then followed by...
No, Bangladesh, Netherlands is also taking place there, right?
Yeah, Bangladesh, Netherlands is also taking place there. And the big one on King Kohli's birthday, India, South Africa at the Eden Gardens.
2nd of November.
5th.
2nd?
Yep, sacrilege.
Sri Lanka.
2nd.
Sacrilege.
Mumbai.
You can't forget
2nd
certain...
is SRK's birthday.
Yeah.
second is?
I think AajTak is.
Fifth is Virat.
Virat.
Yeah. There are certain dates you
Yeah.
never forget in Indian cricket.
I can anyway never forget that date.
Yeah.
It's my wife's birthday.
Ah. April 24th, 1973. Can never ever forget that.
Ah.
7/7/1981. You cannot forget that.
Yes.
5.
If it is 81 India. I mean, at least in that one.
Yes. 5/11/87. You cannot forget that, my friend.
Yeah.
Virat Kohli. So that's why Pakistan's one bowler, apart from that, 4 others, they just don't give me the confidence that they can defend this total of 270. And look, 3.2 overs they didn't bat. Imagine 3.2, they could have gotten at least 20-30 more. They're well short of the mark. It's only thanks to Shadab yet again, his batting, that helped them get there. Otherwise, you're not even going past 250.
No, it's actually that lower middle order for them,
Yep.
which is Shakil, Shadab and Nawaz. I know there was a lot of talk before this game of bringing in Babar Azam, but they did not go that way. I think this is, in terms of the 11, I think the best possible 11 available if you had Hassan Ali fit.
Yeah.
Then I think this would see, because whatever we've seen of Osama Mir also, nothing great. I know that neither can anything be said about in terms of greatness for Shadab and Nawaz, but the only thing is they bring you that batting as you saw today.
Yes.
So if you're going to punt on them for that, anyway, all the spinners were not being effective. So you go in with that. It could have been, maybe today Iftikhar will have a bit of bowling to do, considering the amount of left-handers that South Africa have. And I was reading somewhere, one about Quinton, the left-arm pacer. The other I was reading insight as to how Chennai Super Kings, when Quinton was in outstanding form for Mumbai, later for Lucknow, what Chennai would do in the Dhoni philosophy was bring in an off-spinner quickly for Quinton.
Yes.
Because Quinton's the kind of batter who likes the ball to come onto his bat and plays those shots. As soon as you bring in a spinner, sometime he'll play a rash stroke and give you a wicket.
He reaches out to the ball at times.
Yeah, he might play a rash stroke. That's not his comfort zone. He can play a spinner as well a little later, but at the start bring out. So that won't be a bad punt for Pakistan to take. One, of course, have Shaheen Shah Afridi on one end. On the other, you have Iftikhar bowling some off spins with the new ball. Because if you get Quinton early, I know you'll have Temba who will try to stabilize the inning. But then the pressure is on a Markram. Then the pressure is on a Van der Dusen. Then the pressure is on Klaassen to do well. And can they be these? Now these are the guys who've done well, because more often than not they've come in a situation where they've been without pressure because of the start that they've got. So they've been able to play their free flow attacking cricket. Suddenly if you lose a few wickets early, let's say it happened with India, then can they change gears, play that attritional cricket, then take you to a win? That will also be a test. And by the way, the other thing we keep pointing out, on pitches where it's like absolutely coming onto the bat, like you get in Delhi or Mumbai, or you might get in Eden as well, or sometime in Bangalore. You will not get that at the Chepa. So again, this will not be to the ideal liking of the South African batters. So the Pakistan bowlers can mix it up. They will be in with a chance, which is why I'm saying, I know that seems like a below par total and I kind of agree. But if I was Pakistan, I'd still give myself a chance. Sure. It will be a 40-45% chance of.
But I think at the halfway stage, there would be some shoulders that would have dropped in the Pakistan camp right now. You're right, I agree with you, because again, failure to play out the 50 overs always sets you back. Always is, it pulls the morale down on the side.
And Pakistan will have to bowl as if they're defending 250, not 271. Their fielders will leak runs.
True. Valid point.
They have to defend as if it's 250, because see, already you're starting 20 runs in arrears because your fielders are definitely going to misfield. Pakistan's fielders will misfield. Maybe the catching could improve today, maybe. But the fielding, I'm sorry, what was the main factor in Afghanistan ensuring that they could go through the chase easily? The fielding was below par. They just couldn't stop the boundaries. Ground fielding is a problem. Anyway, their catching has always been an issue. So, South Africa actually will be thinking, okay, we are 20 runs in front. Yeah. If the fielding comes good, then only then Pakistan can make a match out of this. Otherwise, I just don't see it.
In fact, if they had batted, and that's quite a bit of overs there, right? So you've got about
20 balls.
deliveries that you haven't played. Even run a ball, you're nearing in on 300, which would have been, again, psychologically makes a huge difference, which they could have got with the approach that they had today. But I know there's plenty of chatter on Babar Azam. The jury is out. In the post-match, we'll of course discuss about the pressure that he's going through. But his innings, a lot of people saying, playing for his runs, wants to maintain his average, wants to maintain his ranking. What does everyone make of Babar Azam's inning today?
For the second time now, I'm seeing him, get to his personal milestone and then not stay there on the crease for too long. Against India, also got a 50 odd. Where was he after that? He was out today as well. What is it that happens to Babar Azam that the moment that he gets to 50, he's either, again, like that little moment of celebration, you get distracted and you fail to get yourself in the groove. One. Two, maybe he's just not able to, take things forward from there and, okay, 50 is done. He knows my thing is done for now. Maybe I've escaped the criticism which could have come my way because, not getting runs. At least I've gotten my share of runs. I don't know if it's that or...
He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. That's Babar Azam's situation. Because 50 or 65, it's not going to silence the detractors. It just won't. Because see, 76 strike rate, the pitch was flat. There was hardly any demons. Why you're playing very conservatively? But maybe that is Babar's blueprint. Maybe after getting to 50, he will accelerate. But the problem is he's not able to accelerate. As you said, against India, even that one knock of 74 that he hit. Now this 50, 3 50s, all have not helped Pakistan, if you look at it.
So, I know there are a lot of people that are criticizing his strike rate, but today I only have one word for everyone who criticizes. Listen, this is a team that's not been able to play their full quota of 50 overs. So, strike rate will be an issue now if you did not utilize your 7 batters. If Pakistan were only 3 down at 50 overs and got a below par total, then I would have criticized Babar Azam's strike rate, saying that, listen, you're wasting your guys in the lower order. Shadab can smash, Nawaz can smash, or you're not giving them a chance only and you're playing run-a-ball cricket, for your runs. But excuse me, this is a team that cannot stand there for 50 overs, and I'm sure the captain knows that. So I don't blame him for playing like that, knowing fully well that if I was to be dismissed, this team can, fold up before 50 over, which, by the way, is exactly what happened. Though, having said that, what I will blame Babar for, that because of his ranking and the reputation that he comes with, he needs to get you 100, boss. The chips are down. I'm not questioning his strike rate. Okay. See, if he had got 100, he probably would have got it run a ball by the time here. But that's what he needs to do. I'm not saying every game, but he's not done it. And especially when you really need, it's a must-win game, you're going to lose and be out. That's why you need your batter to step up. Virat Kohli steps up, right? Yeah. That's why he's been looked at one of the greats. Steve Smith, no matter how much you criticize him, need be, he will step up. Yes. And that's why we were saying that on crucial innings he's going to play. David Warner does that on an occasion. Rohit Sharma, you saw those 2 pressure games, took the strike. Pakistan, New Zealand, all of that, got 2 runs on that.
True.
So, though he did not get 100, but that's not the role that he's playing right now.
He set the momentum.
Exactly. But I'm saying Babar now, if he's playing that Virat role of the anchor around which the batting has to revolve, then the name or the reputation he's coming with, and if he's going to be compared to the top, then he needs to get that 100 today. Run a ball 100 is fine, because that run a ball 100 gets you to play 50 overs
and takes you to 300.
310, 320, you are there, and then you're talking, you're in the game, you're in the business. That's what he's not doing, and for which he needs to be criticized. I don't think the net run rate.
If you're being the accumulator, then you need to be that accumulator fully.
Yeah.
Virat Kohli, albeit there's been criticism for Virat Kohli as well, the way that he operates in ODI cricket at times, that he's slow to begin with, then accelerates after he gets to about 70 or, because then he can get you those quick runs when he's into the 70s or 80s. But he takes his time. He will take those 60 deliveries to get to about...
He is the anti-Virat, Babar, if you look at it.
But then Virat Kohli ensures that he's not getting out in the 70s, 80s. He's getting to those 100s and taking it even forward.
What he does is, 50, he will be of 65 balls.
Yeah.
Virat, same situation. But he will be 95 of 80 balls. That is the way how he can accelerate.
I'm saying even if he was to do it run a ball, there are games, right? Virat Kohli, Pakistan game, India-Pakistan Asia Cup, got 100, won you that game, na?
Yeah.
Virat Kohli won you the game versus Bangladesh, na? With 100. Virat Kohli won you the game versus New Zealand, na? With that 95.
Yes.
So I'm saying there are so many instances I can see in the recent past where playing that kind of role, he is winning you games. So the proof of the pudding is in its eating. And whether he gets 100 or a 95 or a 80, I can quote examples of how he's won you the game. That's what Babar needs to do. Today, if he got 100 from the start that he had.
Yeah.
See, someday you got a good ball, Hardik Pandya bowled him a Jaffer at the Asia Cup, got out. No problem. Best of batters can get. Virat Kohli sometimes gets a stunning delivery, which he was when he was having that dry patch. There were certain deliveries he got were like unplayable. Bad luck. You get it, you're out, fine. Today, that's not the case with Babar. He's got the start. He's set on 50. Virat Kohli at this stage will never let this 50 go waste. He will get you that 100, take your team to 320, give your bowlers a very good chance to win. Unless the team plays exceptionally well, the team that's chasing out of their skin, they'll win. Okay, but he's given you as a batter the best chance to defend the total and win the game. Then it's up to the bowlers to defend 320. If the bowlers that they can't, then the blame lies with them.
True.
Right? He gives you a chance. So there are multiple examples I can see in the recent past, but I'm sure I can't remember Babar, and we've been watching him so closely. I mean, not even forget those bilateral series or those roads at which you played. When the clutch situation started from Asia Cup onwards till now, tell me.
I think
Nepal game, forget about that.
I think the last time he played a clutch knock was 2019. That was at New Zealand, where he hit that 100 and ensured that Pakistan's campaign was on track. That was the only time I can remember where he played a clutch knock. Otherwise, in those bilaterals, yeah, he's been a bilateral giant, but in a multi-nation, hardly. Especially against India. I mean, you judge a player's performance, Pakistan player's performance against India. I mean, most Pakistan batters have great records against India, except Babar Azam. That's a big irony of Pakistan's times today. I mean, the team that had great batting records against India now finds itself at the very bottom. Look at Pakistan's wins when they have come. When somebody in the top has gone on to hit 100. Look at Babar Azam. He hit that 100. India could not chase 338. Pakistan's template was simple. If their batters performed, got them to over 300, 310, their bowlers would be motivated enough to defend it.
Yeah.
Now your batters are just not stepping up. Still stuck in the 90s template when your par score is 325, 350 in this era. Your bowlers can't do it anymore. You don't have the caliber of bowlers now, except for one. Apart from that, 4 others, I'm sorry. Just not there.
No, but sometimes bowlers don't need to do it. The opposition batters do it for you.
Maybe.
So let's see if South Africa can do it. We're going to be running out of time because we've got to rush for another program to do. But before we go, quick predictions. We've already done. He says South Africa. Harshit says South Africa. I also say
I want Pakistan to win, but
I also say South Africa. But I'm still saying that it's still going 60-40 sort of a scenario. 60-40, 60 to South Africa.
Won't be a quick chase. It will be a rather, you may say 40-45 overs. It will be a tense chase.
That's 40% chance. On a good day, Pakistan can win too.
Indeed.
And they need to. They have no other option. Otherwise, Tata, bye-bye.
Yep.
Done for the World Cup.
Now they have to learn Kudrat Nizam and mathematics.
Chalo, the innings going to start.
Yes.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you. End of the game. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Nandri.